All right, y'all, you still here with your homeboy First and your homeboy Tim G. Jacob. This is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game, and that is Put It On Something. Okay.
Absolutely.
Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing to hit that button. We got so many viewers. I'm talking about last 3 months, 173,000 viewers. So y'all need to hit that button. Okay. You're enjoying the content. Go ahead and do that for us. Okay. T, it was an eventful day in Mississippi college football.
Pivotal day.
Uh-oh. I don't know what he's loading, America. I have no clue what he's loading over there. Okay.
No, he doesn't.
I'm going to get through the read. Let me get through the read, and I'm going to let him do what he does, okay? If you missed our Jackson State coverage, make sure you go ahead and check out those segments as well, okay? But getting to all the other schools in the SIP, Alcorn lost to Southern on the road 21-17, okay? No, Alcorn was having a lot of momentum, and people were thinking that they were getting on the road there. So I know that's a tough loss to take.
Yeah,
on the road over there in Southern. Okay.
Yeah, it was Southern's homecoming too. So as I understand it, so that's always, you know, it's always that's a hard environment to play in.
Well, speaking of homecoming, Southern Miss squeaked past Arkansas State at home 20-19 for our homecoming down there at Southern Miss. Okay. Mississippi State was upset on the road by Kentucky. Okay. 27-17. Michael Leach. And Ole Miss defeated Auburn at home 48-34. A lot of points in this SEC this weekend because, you know, outside of the SIP, we know what Alabama and Tennessee just did. A lot of points being scored in the SEC. We remember seeing LSU and Alabama play, and it basically being a slaughterhouse.
9-7.
Yeah, like something like that. Okay. Yeah. Maybe the old things have changed. This ain't your daddy's SEC. This like the Big 12 or something. But interested to see what my brother thinks about what went down in Mississippi college ball this weekend.
Hey, I mean, so far as our boys, you know, down there in Hattiesburg, that was I ain't gonna lie. I was not happy with the offense, and I was in between houses because I was down with my in-laws, and I didn't get back tuned in. But obviously, they said, "All right, TJ, appreciate you hanging up the phone, so we can go ahead and do what we was gonna do the first 3 quarters." Because I watched the first 3 quarters, and their offense just was like it was non-existent to me. I'm like, what is going on? These boys must have been down there hi-hat or something before.
All right.
You know.
Yeah, I know
act like you don't know.
Okay, yes, I do know about that.
They was either in the Hunt Club or the hi-hat or whatever. I ain't been down there in a while, so I ain't up on all the new clubs or whatever. But I'm just saying, maybe they partied Thursday and Friday and wasn't focused on Saturday. That's all I'm saying. But whatever they did in the 4th quarter, man, they pulled it out with big runs from Frank Gore and James Dean. 2 touchdowns scored in the 4th. I get shut out Arkansas State. And let's go home. So I guess they're going to turn it back up Saturday night. So all I'm saying is I hope if the Crystals is still open down there, everybody's going to Crystals tonight. It's going to be lit. You know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
All right.
But congrats to Southern Miss, man. 3-3. I believe we're 3-3 now. Needed that. Still got a little bit ahead of them, you know, in terms of the schedule. Got some more contests in front of them, but sometimes you don't need but 1 quarter to pull it out. You just have to do enough. In the SEC, though, it's where I'm going to put a lot of my focus right now, and I got a few things to say. Lane Kiffin, we on this show have said many a thing about you. Last year, was it last year? When he took us down, well, he took me down through that, and then I pulled you down through that with
me. Yes, it was.
Let me be forthright. I pulled you down through that with me
I'm glad
when
you're
they
saying
ran
that.
up on Bama, and I took the bait. I want to take the bait again, Lane.
Oh my God.
I want to take the bait again. And here's why.
Where are you going with this?
Bama's not Bama no more. Lane Kiffin, this is your best shot, your absolute best shot at making the SEC title game this year. But it's going to come with you doing one thing. Don't fuck it up. Seriously. Like, that's the one thing you got to do. Just don't fuck it up. Okay? You got a ground game this year. It makes a difference. Last year, you were through the air. You had Matt Corral, however you want to call his name. You had the receivers galore. And truthfully, you still got a really good receiver room right now. But you just have not decided to flex it yet. You're beating teams on the ground. They had 300-yard rushes today.
That's that.
This
What is going on?
That is not Lane Kiffin. That ain't Lane Kiffin.
Some got to be wrong. Some. D-Boy had 448 yards on the ground, and Auburn had 301 themselves.
They running the ball in Ole Miss.
This is not the SEC.
But this can work. This can work. Lane, listen to me. This TJ now. This Tim G talking to you. This is your shot. You got LSU. You got Texas A&M coming up. Albeit the road games. Take your butt down to the Death Valley. Get a dub. Come on home. Rest them boys up. Take them further west to A&M. Get this dub. Come on home. This is it. This is the team this year. This team. Albeit I ain't been just overly impressed with Dart, but maybe I spoke a little too hyperbolically. Maybe they're just not asking him to do a whole lot other than make the open throw, because he did today. I think he had 3 touchdowns in the air, and all he had to do was hit the guy. That's his job. They fake the run. Kid be wide open down the sideline. Boom, touchdown. He don't have to do a whole lot. With a running game like this,
9 of 19 for
9 of
130.
19. Hit 9 of 19, 130. But the throws, the touchdown throws he made were just easy peasy. And if your running game is like this,
he had 115 and damn
he had 115 on the ground himself. Yes. But this is what I'm saying. We all know what the running game can do for you. It can eat the clock up. You can demoralize a lot of teams that way. And if this is the formula, this is the right formula. This is what is working. You got to stick to this. Don't try to make Jackson Dart be who he's not. If he's not that, just run the ball and run it effectively. Don't tell me about getting my popcorn ready. Don't slang no headset at me pregame. Don't do none of that like you did last year.
Right.
Because in 3 weeks, you got Bama at your house. Okay? And you got tape on Bama. You know where to attack Bama. You've actually, outside of the quarterback, have the talent that Tennessee has to beat Bama offensively. Outside of the quarterback, because he ain't no Hendon Hooker. Jackson Dart is not Hendon Hooker. That ain't no way. But receivers and running game, you got that. Okay? This is the year. This is the year. You go through, you clear this schedule. You in the title game, liable to see either Georgia or Tennessee. And you ain't got to see neither one of those teams until the title game. All you got to do is not fuck it up. That's it. Now, I'm gonna flip the page. Hey, Mike Leach,
Okay.
when you get a minute, pop in the tape from today's Auburn Ole Miss game, and that's a formula for success. Because what you ain't doing up there in Starkville, Mr. Leach, is you ain't running the ball. And when teams know you ain't gonna run it, what you think they gonna do? Cover you up, zone them up, whatever you got to do so that Will don't get time. And if Kentucky's got the front seven, I think they do have a decent front seven, but take the ball, take the options away from Will because they know you ain't gonna run it. And now you got Will out here on the island. Okay, now I do think Kentucky did run the ball very effectively today against the boys.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, they did.
But I'm just saying, something's happened.
They ran for 239.
Okay.
They ran for 239, while in comparison, what you saying, Mississippi State ran for a grand total of 22 yards.
22 yards.
SEC football.
And on the road. Okay, I get it. Will Rogers can go. But you got to give him something. You got to give every quarterback needs the running game to complement. Drew Brees even could get 4.5 a pop from Pierre Thomas back in the gap when they wasn't running it like that with
Pierre Thomas.
Pierre Thomas. That's what I said. Back in the gap.
Oh, Pierre.
And we sitting here, and what you gonna come on, man? You got to have balance. Balance has not. If your offenses, Leach, have never been balanced. I get it, but this is the SEC. You got to be able to run the ball a little bit, just a piece.
A piece of run. Have a piece of
run. Just something.
Have a piece of.
Have a slice of it. Just a slice. I mean, come on, really? Really?
Oh boy.
And they act like Leach act like when he go on the road, he don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. They scared when they get out from underneath Starkville. It's like when they leave the confines of Starkville, they don't know how to ball. Mm-hmm. These boys can't play on the road. Hey, Betters, if State on the road, you already know. Formidable opponent, State on the road. Outside of A&M last year, just saying. I did today. I took Kentucky and the points. They ain't gonna count. Just saying. Leach need to look over there at Oxford and go, hey, Lane, how you do that there? That's all I'm saying.
He don't want to do that to you. You know that boy. He well no. I was watching Jack State game today, and they were talking about Jack State offensive coordinator Brett Bartolone, and Mike Leach's name came up. Like Mike Leach, that's his calling call. That and these little quips he be having. Mm-hmm. That's it. I need to go back. Maybe folks in the comment section may know. That's a quick Google search to find if he even has a conference title ever in his career. Because of course he doesn't have a national title, but I wonder, does he have a conference title? When you think of him, do you think winner?
No,
or
never
have. You think air raid?
I mean, I just literally like when they hired him, I was like, what's Mississippi State talking about? What they trying to do here? I mean,
he got name record in the business.
I mean, you'd have been better off going after Lane or going after somebody else. I mean, just do something different. I didn't necessarily love the hire of Leach to begin with, just to be honest with you now. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna sit here and act like that was just the greatest thing since sliced bread, because again, there's one thing I know about Mike Leach. He don't run the ball. Mm-hmm. Ain't never ran it. Don't know a running back that was nice and went to the league under his hell. Don't know one. I just don't. So
I see in 2008, he went 11-2 at Texas Tech. he had another 11-2 season in 2018 at Washington State. That's really his only 2 outstanding years of coaching. Those his 2 outstanding years of ball. That's it. For all this name record and stuff, this man, hey, he got 2 years where you can say, oh, that was a great year. You got a bunch of, I mean, he got a winning record now. Don't get me wrong, 155 and 104, 59, 598 win percentage. But you got 7-6, 7-5, 9-5, 8-5, 8-4, 9. Like, you ain't got a lot of wows up in there.
Ain't no signature type. Like
No.
I think the A&M game is probably his most signature win since he's been there last year on the road. That I think that's the only one that just stands out to me. And you gotta go handle your business on this road in the SEC. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I got a tweet here saying, this is on Twitter, Rabbit Falk, right here. I'm looking at it right now. It says their offensive production today, 225 yards of offense, is the lowest total since 2020 against Kentucky. Their 4th lowest total in the Mike Leach era. And it says State's defense literally gave up as many yards as Youngstown State when they played Kentucky. When Youngstown State played Kentucky, they gave up 480. State gave up 478 today. Not gonna work.
But they just re-upped them though, T.
Well, I tell you what.
I mean, on the year they 5-2 right now. 2-2 in the conference. Because that's what really matters, that conference.
It's that conference.
But like you said, they 4-0 at the crib. So maybe that may appease some people.
But they could easily be 6-5 when it's all said and done, or 6-6. Like they could literally lose every game with the exception of East Tennessee State. If you look at their schedule right now,
what's the fallout of that if something like that happens?
If
here in state, just keep it here in state.
If he
does Clarion Ledger call for it?
You got to put him on the hot seat with the wins against A&M and Arkansas. Okay. Once upon a time, ranked teams, I get it. This was your opportunity to go on the road and get another signature win against a good program in Kentucky, which is a beatable team. You can beat Kentucky, but you ain't going to beat Kentucky when you just going to literally tell them, hey, dog, all these running plays in this playbook over here, we ain't doing them.
He might not have that many.
We throwing the ball. He might not. Like, literally, what are we doing?
I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with these two teams, with Ole Miss and State, because
I know what's going to happen.
It's like they're doing this.
I know what's going to happen.
You got that Egg Bowl coming, and
ain't
so
gonna be no egg.
See there,
ain't gonna be no Egg Bowl. It's a wrap right now. If you want me to go and book something, Ole Miss gonna be the brakes off State. The brakes.
I ain't gonna call. I ain't gonna make a prediction yet.
I'm doing it. I'm
waiting on that. What's the deal with us squeaking past Arkansas State down there?
This was just an ugly game. I mean, be honest with you, this was just one of them ugly games. We just couldn't generate good drives, couldn't generate scoring opportunities. I mean, we only threw, I think, 19-7, I think it was, going into the fourth. So I mean, it was just dead, man. It really was. It was just dead. It's just what it is. And we actually have a chance to get on a little bit of a road before we have to hit the road and go to Coastal Carolina. You got to go on the road, play Texas State next week. That's not an easy game. I'll just be honest with you. Texas State is a scrappy team. They can make our day miserable.
Okay, I had to make a decision. What do I do? Stick with, the freshman and try to, not damage his ego by benching him, or do I try to go get a win by inserting his guy who was a walk-on?
That was there last year.
Yeah.
He was one of our ones last year. So
Well, hey, they crediting it with the win.
go to the super back. I mean, don't damage his ego. Just don't let him throw. Go to super back.
Hey,
Whatever. I mean,
Hattiesburg American acting like that was the key decision in the game.
absolutely not.
So see what I'm saying? We all over the place with that position. We're out.
But we've been solid we've been solid since the Miami game with this kid. So why is it now all of a sudden we want to make a decision about whether we can stick with him or not?
I don't know. He struggled last week too.
Run the ball.
He struggled last week too.
Hey, he gonna struggle. He's a true freshman.
Now that is true.
I mean, so go to the super bag. There's no quarterback involved in the super bag.
Yeah, he was last week against Troy. He was 19 to 35 for $157, 1 touchdown, and 3 picks. Okay,
Hey.
then he threw 2 more picks today. So
did we not know we were gonna have these growing pains with him? But for some reason, we had him prepped and ready against Miami.
Count it. Look. Every time I bring something up, you got a sound counter. All I'm saying is it's frustrating.
It's gonna be. I agree. I get
it. This is why it's so frustrating. Because we're in the era now of that damn transfer portal where you can go get a boy. You ain't got to just really, unless you got a stud out of high school, you ain't just got to deal with trying to grow nobody like that no more. You got some coaches who say, I take Prime over there at Jack State.
Mm.
Prime say, fuck all that. Prime, yeah, we trying to get guys out of high school, but they doing the fooling transfer portal, and a lot of teams are doing that, like because it's kind of like the rap game, and you'll get this analogy. I know, because me and you talk about this all the time.
Mm.
How the record companies don't want to have A&Rs no more. They don't want to sign nobody who they see the talent but need some grooming and go ahead and, to shine them up into this star. Now, they want you to put in the work yourself. You build a hit, go viral, then they swoop in and get you. That's how the coaches doing that. They want you get signed somewhere. Maybe you get signed to a smaller school or something like that. And then they see you turning up. Then in the handshake line or something, or they come in your DM and they doing something and say, holla at me, man. Holla at me. We'd love to have you over here. Why in the hell, why in the hell this off season, if Coach Hall didn't like what he saw in our quarterback room, didn't we go get somebody to transfer portal, come down here and play some goddamn quarterback? Now, America, maybe that happened. Maybe he tried. But maybe Brett Favre should have goddamn tried to put some TANF money over there to pay a kid to come play quarterback.
I mean, we could have had Shador. I'm just saying,
motherfucker.
Life be different.
That's the curse. Our quarterback situation is cursed until that son bitch go to jail. That's it.
You just might be right.
That's it.
You might be right.
Bam, epiphany. Bam. It is.
It is.
Our situation is cursed until some justice occurs with Brett Favre in that situation.
All I know is this. It's some talented quarterbacks right now in the state. All we gotta do is just go pick up the phone. It's some very good talent in the state right now. It's a kid JUCO right now. We could go get.
Keys was an in-state talent.
He was in-state
but
talent.
He don't want to stick with him.
I think
if you're gonna see Wilk throw three picks and 2 picks, why you don't let Keys goddamn throw
one? I agree. And I don't know if it's maybe the fit, the offense, the style. I really don't know what it is that's not working for Keys based upon the expectations we had for him and based on his talent, on what we knew of him. He's led his team to state titles. So he's obviously got some cachet there in terms of being a champion and knowing what it takes. So I don't know what the deal is, man. But what I do know is this: you can always drop a bag somewhere. We can get a kid. We just need one. I'll take a sophomore, a junior. I don't care. I just need a guy. I just need a guy. That's all I'm saying. That's
Or give me a guy, or just stick with the guy you chose, and let's ride out this bad shit and let him grow. Okay.
that's all I'm saying.
Okay. Now I'm saying that I'm happy we won the game, and maybe they were feeling, hey, it's homecoming, cause we can't lose this game now. Hey, we might want to stick with him, let him grow through this. We know our long range plan, but he might have been looking around the rock like, hey, he probably finna be calling for my head. We're gonna go ahead and win this one some kind of way.
Then win with running and defense. It's been a calling card all the years we were there.
That's the way it used to be done. But we fucked that up. We ran off Jeff Bauer and fucked that up.
Well, sometimes you just gotta, adapt with the times. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me. We have other ways of attacking. We don't have to necessarily put a kid in the position to, like, we should be able to not ask a kid to do a whole lot to go win a game. Not based on what I've seen. I think the defense is good enough. I think the running game is good enough to just say, we're not asking you to do nothing more than when we dial this play up, you make the right read and you make the throw. And then we'll call your number a little later.
Like they asking Dart to do.
Exactly.
Use the Ole Miss formula.
Exactly. And that's why I say, Lane, don't mess it up. It's there.
Well, America, y'all chime in. Let us know what y'all thought about this past weekend and Mississippi college football. Put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?